We're going to create our ASP.NET Core application from scratch. We're not going to create a scaffolded application. I want to show you how to build the dependencies from the ground up. So we're going to start with building our web application, and then we're going to build the dependencies in our Project.Json. So let's go File, New Project, and we're going to pick ASP.NET Core right here, and we're going to create Course Project App. Once we do that, let's press OK. Then we're going to click an empty web application, press OK. So we want to come over here to our Project.Json file right here. We're going to start adding reference libraries to this Project.Json file. So you can see right here it already has some of the dependencies we want, some of the references inside this project. I'm going to just start adding the necessary ones we need for our future lectures. We're not going to add all of the references right now. We're going to implement this slowly throughout this whole series to associate the different dependencies that we need. So I'm going to come over here to my Project.Json, and I'm going to type right here Microsoft dot ASP.NET Core dot authentication cookies. And it's going to be 1.0. So now that we have that, you can see all of these that we're adding to this in our references library right here. So you can see this being added to the different references in our .NET Core application. So I've added authentication cookies. I'm going to come in here and add some more. So I want to add to this MVC. So let's do Microsoft dot ASP.NET Core dot MVC, and it's going to be 1.0. We're going to have that. We're going to save that, and then you're going to see that reference added to our project right there in the right side. We also want to add the Razor tooling associated with the Razor syntax. So here, let's come in here and let's put Microsoft dot ASP.NET Core dot Razor dot tools, and we want to associate inside of this open and close bracket, and we want to put inside of there version. And once we have the version set right there, let's do 1.0.0 preview 2. Final. And then we also want to put in here type, and we want this to be built. We're going to save that, and we're going to associate the Razor tooling right there in our project. And you're going to see that dependency built within there. And you can see we have the Razor tooling dependency installed in our references. So now that we have that set up, we have right here for the tools also the IIS integration. We have the Kestrel web server associated right there. We also want to incorporate right here the static files so we can read static files from our application. So let's come in here and let's type Microsoft dot ASP.NET Core dot static files, and we want this to be 1.0.0. Put a comma after that. And then we're going to incorporate that library inside right there. We're not going to associate Entity Framework Core yet within this tooling. We just want to associate some of the common references we need. So we have static files, and then we're going to have some configuration tied to this as well. So let's go over here and let's put Microsoft dot extensions dot configuration dot environmental variables, so we can read environmental variables into our configuration. So right there we have that for environmental variables that we can associate right there. Then we want to copy this right here just to save a little bit of time, and we're going to have this similar configuration here, here, and then let's just make this one right here. We want to associate JSON configuration, so we'll have JSON right there. And then we also want to associate right here command line. So we can utilize the command line right there. And then we want to associate right here user secrets. So we have the user secrets library right there, and these dependencies are restoring right here in our package. And then we also want to associate logging and different items associated with that. So let's come in here and let's go Microsoft. Right there. So we have that dependency being restored right there as we look at this. So now we have the debug associated right here, and then we can also do options for configuration as well. So now that we have that set up right there, let's come in here and let's come down here to the console since we have that set, and let's copy this and let's put in here, and let's change some of this right here to have options. And we want configuration extensions. So right there we did configuration extensions. We can also have Microsoft Visual Studio, web browser link loader, code generations. There's a lot of different items we can load into this tooling. I just wanted to demonstrate some of these that we have by default associated here. And then we also have in the pre-publish and post-publish scripts. We also want to come down here and associate more tooling to this. We want to put the bundle minifier.core tooling associated here. So we can put bundler, and we want to put the version, which is 2.0.238. So we want to have that associated right here with our tooling. We have for the IIS integration associated right here. We also can have for our tooling associating with Razor itself. So let's do Microsoft ASP.NET Core .Razor .tools, and we want this to be 1.0.0 final. So we have that associated right there with our tooling. And then we also want to associate one more item, which is the secret tool manager, where we can manage user secrets. And then we'll associate right there. And we want this to be, so now we have all of that set up with our main dependency libraries. We will add to this in future lectures. I will also add some more of this to associate in here, and then you can use this as a reference. But there's a few more items I want to associate inside of this, and that's in the publish options to what references we want to include, and also with our scripts down here. So let's put a tag right here that says precompile, and inside of the precompile, I want to put this right here, and I want to put .NET bundle. So I have that associated right there with my pre-compilation scripting. So I have that saved. Then I want to come in here and put pre-publish, and this is going to associate to Bower. And let's put that there, and then let's put inside of this Bower install. Let's put at the end of this, comma, save that. So now we have the Bower install in our pre-publish and pre-compile the .NET bundle command, and that associates to my bundler minifier.core tooling right there. A few more includes I want to associate. We have the www root. I'm also going to put app settings.json, which I will add in future lectures. This is going to have configuration set inside of it. So right there we have all of that set. Then I also want to put the views folder, which is going to be created in subsequent lectures when we start adding MVC. So right there we have our publishing options to also include the different subfolders we want inside of our application. And then we've also added the references associated with this. This is for the garbage collection, and we want that to associate with the server itself. Pre-compilation options, we want the emit entry point to be true for our startup.cs, And this is the framework, which is a NetCore app 1.0, which importing .NET 5.6, and the portable library for ASP.NET Core. So this is the setup for our project.json. In the next lectures, we will look at the startup.cs and configure our request pipeline through the startup.cs and start creating the file folder structure for our MVC project.